Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Elemental Origins. If this is your first time here, my name is Starr. So for some of you, this is going to be new. This is I don't want to say a rebrand because it's so much more than that, but it's a revamp. It's a new energy because I've grown. Those that have been here for some time, you've been growing too. So now it's time for us to really expand together, and this is going to be a much more experimental space. I want to incorporate a lot more interaction, so things that you can go away with, and also ways to hold space for self and healing and ideas of ceremony as well in that. So welcome everyone. This is all anew and I'm really excited. I'm going to enter into the space today with a sage smudge stick. So today's reading is for the marker point of Beltane, which is the Gaelic word for bright fire. And I feel like this time is going to be really important for a lot of us on this expansive journey, a lot of us going through ascension. And it's the midpoint between spring and summer equinox, but I feel like the energy is just bursting. The earth energy is bursting with fertile energy, and it's a time when we start to see the visible rebirth of all the energies that have been culminating up until this point. It's like it's not quite time to birth, but the soil is fertile, is what I want to say. We have a crystal for today's reading, which is green fluorite. And fluorite is amazing for really tapping into the natural energies of this earth. It's really great for connecting to Mother Nature and also allowing yourself to prosper. I feel like this is such a great time to anchor into prosperity, and that might be a notion that feels quite foreign to some of you. It might feel quite triggering, and we are in the middle of eclipse season as well, but I feel this energy of Beltane is a light. It's the way forward, and it's to help you see your way out of that shadow. Some things that I was seeing before I sat down was rhubarb, and that always reminds me of childhood and this idea of the sweet and the sour and things going either way. So it's up to you. It's up to you to make a decision, some of you, of where things are going to go, how they're going to pan out. Like, do you want to keep it sour, or do you want to make this a sweet outcome for some of you? I was seeing frogs, and frogs to me are always just such a poised essence. They're not afraid to go deep, and they're really agile in the water. Frogs don't look like they should swim, but when you watch them swimming, it's one of the most elegant things I've ever seen. So there's something about being agile at this time and not being afraid to just flow with the current, and to dip in and out when you need to. Sage as well. I was smelling sage before I sat down, even with a smudge stick, and I thought there's such wisdom that can be held within this space, within this energy of Beltane. So take the time to be still with self, and I will go into some journal prompts as well with each reading to help you moving forward. But I've been seeing a lot of crows, and they've been telling me a lot. They've been giving me a lot of wisdom, and if you've been seeing crows recently, it's like that's your shadow aspect speaking to you, but in the most positive way. So if you're someone that hasn't been aware that they've been doing shadow work, you've been seeing a lot of crows, and that's confirmation that you have started this shadow work, and you might have just started doing this intuitively, and I will delve into that a bit more with each pile. So we have 3 oracle cards to start with. I will be pulling tarot and more oracles, so just take a minute to pick your pile, and I will go ahead with pile number 1. Hi pile 1, this is your reading. Let's take a look at your first oracle. We've got venom for you. I'm going to go in with Heroes Oracle deck 2. Oh, absolutely flying out. Elemental Spirit Guides, Guardians, what do you have for pile 1? Mother Rose, the bud. Potential promise, it's about to happen, keep going. Elemental, spirit, guides, guardians, and angels. What do we have for pile 1? 4 of Wands. Ace of Pentacles, amazing. Seven of Pentacles. So much growth here for you, pile 1. The Empress wanted to come out, but she's gone back in. Seven of Cups. Grab one more for you. The High Priestess, okay. Give me a minute with your cards, pile 1. There's something happening for you, pile 1, that you don't see coming at the minute with this budding energy here. There's something that's happening below the surface that you can't see yet, but you feel it. And if you can work on keeping your head in the clouds but remaining grounded at this time, that's really going to help you push forward. It's like your guides are wanting to tell you that everything is okay, everything is in such fine balance. And I think that you've been working so intuitively in an aspect of your life that you are unaware of just how poised and ready you are. The Empress, like, she knows everything. She sees with her eyes closed. She understands it all without having to know all the answers. It's like she knows everything without knowing how she knows. And that's where you find yourself, pile 1. But I think that there's been a lot of worry. I think that you've been working through a lot of, this venom. I feel like this venom has been coming from other entities. This might be darker energies you've been working with. Maybe you're someone that works in soul retrieval. Maybe you're someone that, that fights off the dark side. I know what that means. So if that message is for you, that will make sense for you. Or maybe you've just been working through a lot of shadow or a lot of anger. Maybe you're someone that really struggled with anger issues, and I'm hearing you've been facing that head on, and your guides are wanting to commend you in that. And they're wanting you to know that within this Beltane time, you can release anything of old. You can write things out that you want to set free and burn them into the fire. Beltane is all about fire energy. It's all about releasing and allowing for rebirth and regrowth, but also celebration. So if you're someone that has a fire in their home, it might be warm where you are, but light a fire tonight whenever you watch this reading for 7 days, 5 days, 3 days, 2 days, and just have gratitude for everything that you are working through. It's like okay to be happy with the process. I think you're looking to a specific end goal, and I think you might be someone that struggled with perfectionism, or you've been struggling with ideas of making the right decision, and your guides are saying that whatever you choose will be the right decision. And there's always learning wherever you go, so you can't ever, it's like you're afraid to be in pain, pile 1, and that's okay. I think you've been through a lot. I know you've been through a lot. I can feel that. It's like you're terrified of more pain, and your guides are wanting to come through and to tell you that you will be okay no matter what happens in your life. Like, that you're proof of that. You've been through so much already. So don't be afraid to connect with others. It's like, don't be afraid to make roots where you are. Even if you know that you're going to leave where you are, it's like, dig as far in where you can right now and make the most of your time and your space where you are, and see what happens. I think you're someone with a lot of dreams, a lot of desires. I think you're a master manifester, pile 1, whether you would count yourself as that. And I think you have big dreams. So you don't look at what you've already manifested for self, and your guides are really wanting you to take stock of everything that you've already achieved in this lifetime already, and where you find yourself now. With Beltane, they're wanting you to release such rigidity, is that a word? Reduce the rigidness and the way you live your life and get into flow. It's like the more you ground, the more free flowing you are. They're showing me like a flower in the soil, and you know, it can sway in the wind because it has its strong roots. But because you're not rooting yourself out of fear, you're not setting yourself free to sway in the wind. It's like you're uprooting your own roots, so you feel unstable, instead of being like, okay, I'm where I find myself right now, and that's okay, and I know what's going to happen. It's like you vision, Pile 1, you see into the future, and you don't give yourself credit. I think sometimes you think that you're just making it up, or you wouldn't consider yourself to be a psychic, mystic, or I don't know, a necessarily spiritual person, but you are, Pile 1. Like, you 100% are. You see, you vision, you sense, you feel, you hear, you do all of it, but you just don't tell yourself you do, and I don't know why that is. Maybe let's get some confirmation on that. For those that resonates with, why doesn't Pile 1 tap in? Oh, yeah, it's like you're afraid to be happy, Pile 1. Yeah, it's like you're afraid of a happy ending. And I think that's because you've been so hurt in the past. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles. It's okay, Pile 1. It's okay to be afraid. Yeah, there's so much energy here. So much energy here. Queen of Wands. I'm going to grab one more clarifying. I think you're someone that's used to defending what they have. I think you might have been someone that struggled with people pleasing, or you might have been someone that is that's dealt with people wanting to take your energy, and your guides are saying it's okay. Like, you know what you're doing with your energy now, and use this Beltane time to really cultivate for self and allow yourself to feel held by the universe, held by yourself. It's like, if you don't trust anyone else, trust in yourself, because you know you've gotten yourself this far, and you'll continue to prosper. And maybe it's been a slow start, Pile 1. You might be part of the LGBTQIA community, and you might have just transitioned to, and that's been fearful for you, connecting with people again and re-immersing back into society. But there's so many people that are ready to give you so many cups, Pile 1. There's people in place to help you each step of the way. So the more that you branch out, the more that you set roots and sway, it's like the more you learn to sway, the more that you'll be met with companionship. The 10 of Cups, it's like you deserve a happy ending, Pile 1, and someone told you that you didn't, but that isn't true, and you know that deep down, you know that. But you're afraid. You might be someone that's terrified to divinate, because you're afraid that means that you will have your happy ending. That's such an interesting message. It's interesting to feel that when I'm the exact opposite of that, Pile 1. And you know, I don't like to take over readings. I like people's guides to come in, but I'm feeling called to share that, you know, divinating has brought me everything. It has brought me my spiritual wealth, my health, my abundance in myself, and really taught me to love myself and trust myself. And the support that you feel from entities of other realms is like nothing else. And you know, I'm not a religious person, but I've felt the hand of what we would be considered, I guess, God. You know, I call it source, people call it God, and it's overwhelmingly strong and powerful and loving. A love like I've never felt before. And that love helped me love myself, because I know that that love is inside of me. And I think you're a deeply emotional person. I think you don't show that to others often, some of you. But the more that you show it, the more that people will meet you there. It's like they can't meet you in that space because you don't show it often enough. And that's just because you're afraid. Pile one. So this Beltane season, your guides want you to start to trust the spaces that you feel like you can put roots in. You have so much to offer a lot of people, and now's the time to show up for them. And this is you're going to have to use discernment. Yeah, with this black cat here, it's like, think like a cat, but be a soft cat. Is what I want to say, pile one. It's like, choose wisely, but know that you are wise enough to know the spaces that you can put your time and energy into and feel safe. I'm going to grab a last oracle for you. Guardians Gateway Oracle. Elementals, angels, spirit guides, and guardians. What do we have for pile one? Orion activation. Supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirth by light. It doesn't... Yeah. I don't need to say anything else to you, pile one. Everything I've said is not a surprise to you, but I think that it's really going to take a lot for you to open up. And with the Beltane season coming in, with this new energy of rebirth, it's like, allow for things to have changed. I think you've had to really defend yourself in your spaces, and maybe your time, your money, your business. I think that things have been going on with your business for some of you, and it's been really treacherous, and you've felt really... people have been very deceptive towards you, and it's like, allow for those people to have learnt the error in their ways and to move forward. And this might be a situation where you have to be the bigger person in a lot of situations, pile one, but trust that you've grown enough to sink your roots in to allow you to move through these energies, and, you know, give people the benefit of the doubt. And if they show you signs of deception, again, dishonesty, then you know you can move away, you know, for the last time. It's like, allow people to have a last chance with you, pile one. And I don't like saying last chance because that allows for no room at all, but I think some people are on their last lives with you, pile one, and this is their only time to show up for you. So if they don't, then you know that it's over. You know that it's time to move forward and to release those people once and for all. But you're strong enough to deal with that now. It's like you've already decided that, so trust in that energy too. I want to channel a couple of questions, a couple of prompts for you to work with during this Beltane energy, pile one. And the first question is, how can you learn to trust yourself more? How can you learn to trust yourself more? How can you show up for others in a supportive way without giving too much of self? How can you show up for others in a supportive way without giving too much of self? Where do you need to put your time and energy and essence at this time? Where do you need to put your time and energy and essence at this time? You're so loved by the universe and all of your guides, and you're known in a lot of spaces. Orion is seen as it's kind of a gateway for the Egyptians. It's like Orion's belt was the gateway for all different star energies to come through before they enter into Earth, and that's only going to resonate for some of you. But if that resonates, it's like you've seen so many. A lot of people know you. A lot of people from different realms and different star systems know you. Pile 1, and I resonate as being a Pleiadian starseed if that's your first time here. And it's like a lot of people are coming in that you haven't met yet. It's like, yeah, if especially if you're one of these people that I was talking about, you know, that's gone through a rebirth of some kind, and if you're part of the LGBTQIA community, it's like allow yourself to be seen by new people. You haven't met all the people that are going to love you yet, and I love that saying, and it's so true. So remember that. You've grown, allow other people to grow and to show up for you. There's so many people that are ready to just come and have fun with you, pile 1. But I'm going to leave it there. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, all the links are in the description below, and how to contact me. If you would like to book in with me for some energy work, I am also a Reiki master. You can find that in the description below also. But thank you so much for your time, Pile 1, and I really enjoyed reading for you today. Hello, Pile 2. This is your reading. Let's take a look at your first oracle card, the Poet. Love that for you, Pile 2. I'm going to grab a Mother Rose oracle first for you, Pile 1. So elementals, angels, spirit guides, and guardians. What would you like to tell Pile 2 today? Came out in reverse, and I'm going to keep it as such. So, Brothers of the Rose, sacred masculine honor, protection, and support, and that was in reverse. I'm going to grab another rose for you. I'm feeling cool too. Another one in reverse and held. Sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, and community. You might have come from pile 1, and yeah, I'm not going to say too much before. Feeling called to pull the Gaia Gateway first this time. Stellar Gateway and activation, infinite potential, manifestation, and vortex. This card has come out a few times in my previous readings. I'm going to grab another one for you, pile 2. Ancestral Realm flipped out, but it doesn't need to stay out. Halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, and great lessons. I'm seeing that as the halls of a mentee. I know that it is supposed to be the halls. The halls of a mentee on there. Okay, let's get into your tarot for some confirmation, pile 2. Elementals, angels, spirit guides, and guardians. What would you like to tell pile number 1? Sorry, pile 2. The Star. Oh my gosh, the synchronicity here and the colours. Okay, I'm feeling happy for you, pile 2. The Knight of Pentacles. 6 of Swords. Oh, pile 2. I'm going to grab just one more for you. The Moon. Wow. You are very powerful, pile 2. Very powerful indeed. And if you've come from pile 1, this is the energy that you're moving into. And I think we're going to be told I heard the graduation story. It's like, yeah, you're graduating in something, pile 2. This may be like spirit school. This may be, yeah, with the halls of learning here. I'm hearing the halls of a mentee. I'm hearing, oh wow, yeah, okay, confirmation there. We've got the 10 of Cups. I'm going to pop that here. you've been going to school, pile 2, and whether you know it or not, you've been in training. You've been training for something. You've been working with different dimensions for a very long time, pile 2, and I think this message might shock some of you. And with this Beltane energy, you're going to start to feel yourself as a light being, and you're going to feel the energies of the earth like you've never experienced before. And this might shock some of you. For some of you, this might be your first time sort of connecting to the earth in such an elemental way. It's like your soul is connecting. Your life is going to turn into poetry in motion, pile 2. And it's because you've been surrendering with this moon energy here on the floor, right? The greens on here, it's like you let go of something, and you've been doing a lot of shadow work with the 2 wolves here. You've been doing a lot of shadow work, and something was illuminated to you in the last moon. This might have been the last eclipse moon that we had, or the moon before that. But there was something in this moon energy, and it's like you sank to the bottom of the ocean, and it was only then could you see the light and the path forward. It was like you had to sink so low for you to learn a lesson. And maybe you've really been going through it, some of you in pile 2. Maybe you've really been hurting. Maybe you felt like you hit rock bottom. But because you are who you are, it's like you're going to bounce back straight into being the star and having your fulfillment. But there's something here that you're not quite seeing right now, pile 2. And I think you're learning a lot in your dream space, and try and go to bed earlier, pile 2. Try and go to bed earlier and have the set intentions before you go to sleep. Set intentions to hear the answers to questions that you might have in your waking life. And I think some of you have just started to question the world in a very different way, and you're wondering where this has come from or why it's happening. But it's because you are an earth angel. It's because you are of the elements of this world. And this is what we're all made of. We're all made of stars. We're all made of energy, and we live in such a 3D way sometimes, and some of us are very stuck in our patterns and, how we are taught to live. And you've opened up the stellar gateway. You might have taken a trip that activated you. You went somewhere. I think you went on holiday, and it's unlocked something within you, pile 2. Some of you, this might have been like some sort of water sports. I was seeing like skiing as well. It might have been a ski trip that unlocked something for you. And some of you have just come back from being in Egypt, or even if you didn't go anywhere, you were taken somewhere in your meditation time, in your dream space, in your activation space. Some of you might have received like a really random vision whilst engaging in pleasure with another. It's like it unlocks something within you, and it surprised you. I think you didn't know what that was. You were like, what did that mean? And it was like it was only through reaching a certain state where you're allowed to tap into this natural spirit energy that you have. And there's something in this of Brothers of the Rose being in reverse. It's like some of you want a family. Some of you want a family, and it couldn't happen until you unlocked this spiritual side of you. Or maybe you didn't know you wanted a family until this new energy has come in now. And now you want this 10 of Cups. You want the family. You want the steady home. You want to explore what that means. You want poetry in motion. You didn't know what that meant, and now you understand why people are connected to the spiritual realms, are connected to nature. You understand it now. It's like the lights have been turned on in a space that you didn't know existed. And there's something that's being gifted to you, like directly from the heavens, pile 2. And, you know, I say heavens loosely. I would consider the cosmos to be my heavens. You know, I resonate as being a Pleiadian starseed, and that is where that is my happy space. That is my Eden, you know, thinking of home in that way. The stars are my home, and maybe you resonate as that too, pile 2. Some of you might really believe in mermaids and mer energy and sea life energy. I think that's something, if you're not connecting back into that yet, you will connect back into that pile 2 with all this water here. It's like there's a side of you that you lost, and you're really connected to the water at some time, and I think reclaiming that energy back from the water. And Beltane is like the fire energy, the fire ceremony. But I think for you, connecting with water and fire at the same time is going to be really beneficial for you. I'm hearing fire and ice. That's confirmation for someone. That's another word for crackle quartz, which is crackled clear quartz as a crystal. Some of you might own that crystal. Working with that stone person would be amazing. So yeah, crackle quartz, clear quartz. I'm not being told everything like I would like to get for you, pile 2, because I'm hearing it's a surprise with this golden energy. But you need to trust that you deserve this, pile 2. This is mirroring some energies in pile 1. And yeah, if you're connected to someone else, it's like that energies are in pile 1 if you've come straight to pile 2. If some of you have been wanting to ask about another person, that energies in pile 1, and I'm being told that you're allowed to know that, so trust that if that's your message. But you're moving into calmer waters. I think some of you have been in things that have been very chaotic, and your guides are saying it's okay. It's okay to trust yourself with these 2 moon energies here, and release any past pain. Spiritual baths are amazing. So having an intentional bath, running a bath, and, you know, asking for the water to release you from past pains, past aches. This might be physical pains that you're in at the moment, and, you know, pop anything in the bath that you feel so called to, that intuitively calls out to you. I'm just seeing someone literally opening up the cupboard and just seeing what herbs feel right to them. Trust in that, and, you know, make sure that you can have them in a bath with you first of all, pile 2, but trust in that knowing. Trust that you know what your body needs at this time, and if you can get into water, to rest in a body of water, it's like that's really going to help you release a lot of stagnant energy. Because some of you are really wanting a family. I can feel that so strongly. It's like you feel yourself as being pregnant already. You feel yourself as wanting to birth something new, and maybe this isn't a family, but I think for a lot of you here it is, and maybe for some of you that's just a metaphor for something else. But it's like the more you surrender to your golden light, the more you surrender to your connection to everything, knowing that you're a star, the more that you surrender to knowing that you are a star, the more that you will naturally just flow. I think that you've been held in a state of, I was hearing stasis, so maybe you resonate as being a starseed. It's like you've been held by the Great Mother. Some of you resonate with working with Mother Rose, some of you really just connecting with nature, but it's like you've been held in a space to heal, but now they're wanting to release you from this net. They're wanting to release you back out to the water. I'm literally seeing like a fish being caught in a net, and yeah, it's like instead of being eaten up by all of this past pains, this past trauma, it's like allow yourself to be set free. You're being given the grace of freedom, pile 2. And I think that might start with forgiveness with self and forgiveness with others. I think that maybe some of you feel like you've caused a lot of pain in certain areas, and it's like allow yourself to be forgiven and to move forward. because you deserve your happy ending, Pile 2. And some of you don't feel like you do. And I think that might be because you feel like you've hurt some people in the past, and that's okay. You know, we've all hurt someone somewhere in our lifetimes. It's inevitable, Pile 2. I'm going to post a link to a post on my Instagram, which is connected to an ancient Hawaiian practice, which is, I always say this wrong, Ho'oponopono practice. And it's like it's a sacred prayer, I guess. Affirmations, intentions of allowing forgiveness of self, of other, and connecting in unity and love and source energy. And, you know, sometimes we have those people that we can't physically say sorry to. Sometimes these are people that have passed before we got a chance to say sorry. That's a timeline for someone, definitely. Someone passed before you got to say goodbye or sorry, and that was a grandmother for some of you. And, you know, beyond the veil is always this thing. Like, the veil doesn't even exist. It's just here for us. The veil exists as a block if we choose it to be. So as long as you allow yourself to be blocked off from other realms, and maybe it's out of fear because you feel like you've hurt someone that is past, and, you know, we receive a higher level of that person. When anytime anyone passes, we're receiving a higher version of themselves, and, you know, that depends on the person, but for the most part, we are receiving a more well-rounded soul. We're receiving someone's soul essence, you know, not the labors of this human essence that we have, and all of the pain and the trauma. So, you know, if anything has happened between you and another, it's like they've already forgiven you, Pile 2. So trust in that too. This is quite all over the place, Pile 2. I'm trying to grab as many narratives as I can, but I feel like this is going to be very different for each of you here. So take what resonates. There's also a lot of signs and symbols in the cards. So see what pops out to you with this crow energy. I've been feeling a lot of crow energy, and the crows are telling you the way forward. Up here as well. I've been getting that message too, and I've been speaking to a lot of crows when I walk past them, and it's like they hold a lot of answers for you. So maybe you tap into that energy too, Pile 2. I'm not able to grab any more because I think that there's a lot that's a mystery with the poet and the moon here, and, you know, the star. It's like you're a mystery. You're a great mystery to be uncovered, Pile 2. And if you've been worrying how someone else perceives you, that is how they see you. They see you as a great mystery to be uncovered, and that's a positive thing. I think maybe you would consider yourself quite a complex person. I think some of you are very guarded and afraid to show up authentically, and I think that you've been taught this. I think this has been part of your life's lesson, is to keep showing up at the star no matter what's being thrown at you. You might have come from Pile 1 with that message too, but it's like, it's okay to shine, and it's now your time to shine, Pile 2. But I want to channel some journal prompts for you to go away with, to work with during this Beltane energy, and just something for you to go away with to help you tap in a little bit more in your own time. And how can I release my past pain? How can I release my past pain? I want to say for you, Pile 2. What is it I want to birth into existence? What is it I want to birth into existence? I want to say write a poem about your experience, Pile 2, as well. I feel like that's going to resonate for some of you. For some of you, watercolor it, paint it, create something from your pain, and that's going to help you release it. Creating something that is significant and connected to your pain is going to help you release it, Pile 2. So tap into this earth energy. I think walking barefoot on the ground, I didn't even see this before, but walking barefoot on the ground, earthing, is going to really help you. Yeah, we've got feet out here. Having your feet in water, going swimming, getting into a body of water, earthing, and connecting to ancient Egypt is also going to be another one for you, Pile 1. And, You know, this might be watching, I don't know, The Mummy or something. You know, it doesn't have to be necessarily spiritual in any way. You can connect in any way you wish to. It's like there might be a game that's Egyptian themed that you like to play or something. Pile 2. Trust your intuition with that. But that's all I'm getting for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been really amazing reading for you. And if you would like to book in with me for a personal reading to extend any of the messages here today, you will find out how to book with me in the description below. If you would like to work with me in terms of energy work, I'm also a Reiki master, so do not hesitate to reach out. But thank you for your time, Pile 2. It's a beautiful reading for you. Hello, Pile 3. This is your reading. Let's take a look at your oracle. Gnosis. Interesting. I haven't pulled that often, so I am actually going to go into the Archetypes guidebook for that one. Those who say they know, don't. Those who say they don't know, know. Innermost knowing mystical truths, contemplating the mystery, unanswerable questions. This card relates to the riddle and the shapeshifter all concern themselves with, revealing mystical truths. Pile 3. I feel like you're going to be an interesting read, and I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm going to go in with Mother Rose Oracle first. Elementals, Spirit Guides, Guardians, what would you like to share with Pile 3? Elemental, Spirit Guides, and Guardians. Wow, yeah. Fast messages for you, Pile 3. Okay, the first card that I've got is Rapture, sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, and pleasure. That's coming in for you fast, Pile 3. Yeah, something's going to happen a lot quicker than you expected. After the rain, silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, acceptance. Wow, okay. Someone, yeah, it's like someone wants to have you, Pile 3. And, you know, take what resonates, but I'm just seeing all of this dripping energy here, and I don't want to be censored, but that's the way that I'm reading that. It's like someone wants you, Pile 3. The Rose Garden, innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself, and take what resonates with this, Pile 3. You know, there's going to be a lot of people watching this reading, and that might not be your message, but I'm going to grab some more, so don't turn over now. Yeah, there's something. Bear with me. Elementals, angels, guides, guardians, and spirits. What do you have for Pile 3? Oh my gosh, Ace of Cups. Oh my... the Two of Cups. Pile 3, it's undeniable. It's absolutely undeniable. Wow, I can't. The Sun. There's something that's undeniable, Pile 3, and with this Beltane, it's like something's been... Temperance at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Wow. Okay. There's so much going on here, Pile 3. And you've got the Devil. And you've got the Tower. There's something happening, Pile 3, that I wasn't expecting. You know, I read the energies, and this is not what I was thinking this reading was going to be today, but this is a love reading, Pile 3. This is a love reading. This is... And I don't think you're expecting this either, Pile 3. with the rose garden here, it's like you've been set in this energy, of forgiveness, being gentle with yourself and really healing yourself. You might have been doing a lot of womb clearing. You might have been you might have been someone that's had a lot of bowel problems, I'm hearing. So, if you're a masculine energy, you might have been looking after your womb in that sense. You might have been having a lot of injury. You've been trying to heal from injuries. That might be mental, physical, emotional. But I feel like there's a lot of feminine energy here, and you can be a masculine watching this, and all my readings are gender neutral, but I know that a lot of people like to tap into those specific aspects. I read masculine and feminine as energies, not necessarily gender. So take what resonates here, but for all of you here, it's like you're the great mystery, you're the great mystic, and this is bringing in all of this for you. There's a lot of people that want to have you, pile 3, and not all of that energy is safe. Not all of that energy is, of light. Not all of that energy is of equal give and take. It's like you're going to have to use great discernment, pile 3, to understand who is worth having you in their life. And for some of you, this might relate to job prospects, but for the most part, a lot of you, this is pertaining to love and relationships. Sorry, Parthy, it's completely thrown me just because I was not expecting this at all. So I'm trying to grab all aspects, but there's something has been in such fine balance coming in for you, and that's this sun energy, this prospects of a beautiful partnership, a beautiful relationship. And this might just be a working relationship. It's like, I think that some of you have been dealing with a lot of tower energy. There's been a lot of sadness, a lot of treacherous energy, and I think this is my most favored tower card, because with this natural elements here, it's like it's not so painful. Sometimes tower moments come and it's actually sweet relief to let something fall, to let something burn to the ground. It's like, I'm grateful for this time, and although there's painful aspects, it's like something had to be torn down, something had to go. And I think you've been healing from this, pile 3, with that rose garden. It's like you've been healing from this tower, and you've been giving yourself so much love and having so much patience with yourself. You might have been connecting to the angelic realms. It's like you've allowed yourself to be seen by the light, and because you're now getting all of these amazing prospects coming in for you. And for some of you, that is a lot of love in so many different avenues and so many different prospects. But there's some of you really are wanting a stable, steady relationship. Some of you wanting to get engaged, wanting to get married. It's like all of that is coming in for you. But you're going to have to discern wisely. With this devil energy here, it's like you can't make that up. There's someone that just wants to take from you. It's like they don't know how to share. They don't know they haven't learned the skills of equal give and take. And it's going to be up to you to know who that person is, pile 3. And it might not be obvious to some of you. Some of you, you are already in a relationship, and there's going to be someone new coming in for you. And you're going to have to decide whether that's temptation or, this person really is for you. So it's going to take a lot of discerning. But don't give in to temptation is what I want to say, pile 3. I think that's something that some of you have struggled with in the past, and your guides and teams are coming in and saying, you know, it's okay to not rush that energy. If you've just got into a new relationship with someone, it's like, don't rush the... I don't like telling people what to do, but this is a specific message coming in. It's like, don't rush the physical aspects of that with someone. Okay? And take what resonates, take what feels right for you. And I'm never here telling anyone what to do, but that message has come specifically through for someone. It's like, go slow with everything, pile 3. And, you know, new contracts might be coming in for you to sign in terms of work, and make sure you read the fine print. It's like, don't get caught up. Don't become a puppet on the string. I'm seeing someone wanting to sign a contract with someone. It's like, don't do something just because you feel like you can't manifest something more, pile 3. Also, it's like, just because you've come from the tower, it's like, because you've come from the darkest time, don't just settle, is what I'm hearing. Go for the sun. Go for everything. Don't give in to this devil aspect of this whole reading, is believing you don't deserve to have the sun. Don't stay in the shadow. It's like, allow yourself to feel love, and that might feel really uncomfortable. It's like, maybe something that's so good for you is going to feel like devil energy, because it's going to feel uncomfortable. And, you know, maybe there is a lot of fire, maybe there is a lot of passion between you and another person, and your guys are saying that's okay. Like, it's okay to have that energy with someone. Just don't rush into anything, because allow yourselves to learn and understand each other. But there's something in this devil energy. Don't become a puppet on the string. And I think this is pertaining to work. This is pertaining to I'm hearing a contract of some kind. It's like, you can't go back. Once it's signed, you're not going to be able to go back, pile 3. And that's not to scare anyone, but it feels like someone's... It's like you could just be about to make such a detrimental move out of fear, because you feel like you don't have anything right now. And I'm seeing like this little squirrel just like looking desperately at wanting to feel stable. And it's like, sometimes when someone's offering you everything, they know that you feel like this. They know that you are wanting the sun, but some of you know that you're afraid of the light, so they're going to disguise something as light energy when actually that would be the worst thing for you. And I'm hearing it's like a contract. I feel like this is someone that's wanting to sign with a major label or something like that, and you know, it's not all I'm hearing like it's not all it's cracked up to be. And I feel like that turn of phrase is only going to resonate in the UK, but it's like, all that glitters isn't gold, pile 3. And, you know, remember, you can build and have anything. And, you know, if there is like major pitfalls with a contract, but, you know, I don't know, you get X amount of money now, it's like, no, like, know that you can make that money in any way, in other ways. Don't feel like this is the only way to receive prosperity in the sun. It's like, someone is seeing your worth more than you can see it, and they're coming in with like, hey, this is yours, like, you can have this now, when actually they know that you are worth this. So trust in your heart's knowing, and maybe there's other people connected to this and they are even more fearful than you. If this is like a group setting, if this is you're working with other people, it's like, don't allow their fears to fall back onto you, pile 3. And this is so specific, but yeah, it's like, don't give in now, and don't say yes too soon, pile 3, is what I want to say to you. It's like, don't just say yes for the sake of it right now. Don't just say yes for out of fear. Because if you hold back, if you remain in balance, I think wait another month, I'm hearing, like for the next moon cycles, wait for after eclipse season. So the next eclipse moon is coming up in a few days' time. It's like wait for the next moon cycles before you make a decision. And if this thing is pressuring you to make a decision, that's how you know that they're working with your lack aspects. Because if they really want to offer you something, they will wait for you, because it'll be worth it. So if they're pressuring you to make a decision now, it's not worth your time. So turn your back on that, pile 3. It's like, trust yourself. 5-5 there. It's like something else will show up for you. And, you know, that's not going to be for everyone. For some of you, you're being offered the sun, and go for it. But it's going to take your discernment to know that. But I think a lot of options are coming in for you, pile 3. And you're going to have to trust yourself and trust that these two are aligning so perfectly. It's like you've worked on heart so much. So trust into your heart. It's like, don't listen to what everyone else is saying. Just allow yourself to be still and listen to what your heart is telling you to do. And this might be completely different to what everyone else wants you to do. But you have to trust your heart, pile 3. But I'm just hearing, don't be a puppet on the string. It will be a headache to be a puppet on the string somewhere for you. I'm going to pull a couple more cards just to clarify. Yeah, the Magician. I knew this card was going to come out. You can manifest anything. That's what it is, pile. Yeah, 10 of Swords in reverse. I think you tried to manifest something and it didn't come, okay? Yeah, you might try to manifest something quickly and it didn't happen for you. So now you've got disheartened, but it's like step away from fear and lack, because you are the star, pile 3. You are the star and you deserve the world. So it's like, allow yourself to receive all of this. Don't give in to this devil energy, because you are the star. It's like you are the star of the show. And if you're part of a group, it's like, know that you know what's best and people trust you. So if you're in a position where you're having to take the lead, trust your knowing above all else. I'm going to grab one more card for you from the tarot. Angels, elementals, angels, spirit guides and guardians. The last card for, Queen of Swords in reverse. And your final solar gateway oracles. Elementals, angel guides, spirit guardians. What do you have? No, I'm not taking those. Elemental, spirit guides, guardians, and angels. What do you have for pile 3? Merkaba and activation. Yeah, that's exactly. Transcendence, ascension. You are rising up. Yeah, trust that you are the star and that you are a magician, pile 3. This is what this devil is counting on. They're counting on you to not believe in yourself and to just take their first offer. And maybe this is something where it's going to be negotiated. So it's like there's negotiations. If something isn't enough pay, if something isn't quite right, say it's not right and say, no, I'm sending it back. Be like, that's not for me. That's not what I'm wanting, because I'm worth all of this. Look at how many cards you've got. Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Sun, the Star, and the Magician. Another Merkaba activation. Some of you might not be so into meditation, but if you can put yourself in a Merkaba, if you can sit yourself in a star and imagine the star spinning and it going up out into the stratosphere and allowing yourself to really feel into all of this cosmic energy that lives within the world, it's like that's going to help you feel into this energy more of just how much of a star you are. Allow yourself to be seen and to shine, pile 3. I'm just going to grab some questions for you to meditate on, to ruminate on, to work with after this reading. How can you allow yourself to shine and be seen, Pile 3? How can you allow yourself to shine and be seen? What truly isn't for you? What truly isn't for you? What is your heart telling you? What is your heart telling you? 16. Oh, there's a song. When I was 16, I will grab that for you and pop that in the description below. But that's all I have for you today, Pile 3. Such a different energy than I was expecting, and I hope that this resonates. And for some of you, it might not resonate just yet, but I think that something's going to happen, and then this reading is going to make the most amount of sense. And if you would like to have an extended reading with me, the description, my links will be in the description below, and how to contact me for a reading. And if you would like work on yourself aligning with your energy and your star Merkaba, I'm also a Reiki practitioner, a Reiki master, so do not hesitate to reach out to me either. But remember, you're the star. You've essentially got two star cards here, and the sun, and the magician, Pile 3. It's like, please don't ignore the cards. And I think you know what cards mean. It's like some of you are into tarot already yourself, or you read for yourself. It's like, remember, you're the magician. And yeah, the affinity symbol, that might be a great symbol for you to work with also, Pile 3. I want to say good luck, Pile 3, because I think this is going to be a lot for you to work through, but you know what to do. Remember that you're the star. But that's all for today. Thank you so much, Pile 3. I've been grateful to be your reader. Take care.